Hi, this is Jay Cross. And a couple of weeks ago, Harold Jarche and I were at a conference in Potsdam on innovation, and we dropped by Berlin and shot some video and just had a good time. We met Paul Simpson Hambeck, who became our trusted video photographer. We started talking at the Berlin Stock Exchange and then drifted over to the section of the wall in Potsdamer Platz. It's the 20th anniversary of German reunification, so there were plenty of backdrops for us to use in promoting the Working Smarter Fieldbook, which we'll be talking about at Online Educa in early December. We're almost kicked out of a few museums. We wandered around, saw some marvelous things, clowned around a bit, and after our little segment at the Berlin Wall, we ended up in the marvelous Sony Center and had this conversation about the upcoming Unbook. Well, hello. We're at the Sony Center near the Potsdamer. Whoop, going to start again with sound. Hi, we're at the Sony Center near the Potsdamer Platz on our way to the Brandenburger Tor, but we thought we need a little Berlin refreshment before
We're doing okay.
we head out there. And you know, this you called this a book earlier. This is not a book, and I think we ought to explain why this is an unbook. Um, there are a whole number of reasons it's an unbook. One is that by the time of Online Educa, it isn't going to look like this at all, and it will have a lot of different content. And there are many reasons for that. Maybe we should just cover a few aspects of unbooks. Why do you like being a co-author of an unbook?
I like it because the book really exemplifies what I have in my own website, Life in Perpetual Beta, and the book exhibits. It's a book in perpetual beta. It's always changing. Is that every version that we have that comes out, as you said, that has a new cover, but the content each time has been different, and we're able to update it so that it's not something static. There's no the production time is that we're constantly adding new things to it. And we've got a good new article, got a good new thought or something like that. Let's put this together a little bit better. So through the book, we're constantly learning. We get feedback from people who purchased the book or got the book earlier on. Certain things don't work anymore. We can throw it out. We can put it in. But the book itself is a conversation accelerator, I think.
Well, it is, and one thing is you mentioned weak. That I happen to think that nonfiction books by a single author are usually by a conceited author because nobody knows it all. And the fact that six of us are primary authors here, but there are four other people who are also in there. By the way, if you buy this thing, we want you to contribute. I mean, we're soliciting input from our readership as well. Maybe move the Ruby Rosa out of the way there. But
This is a video in perpetual beta here. There's no doubt about that. And that's the other thing is that as we're getting more and more feedback from people, is that we're able to incorporate that into the next version of the book. So really, in a lot of ways, we're crowdsourcing the future development of the book.
Absolutely. And just some of the future plans. I mean, the version which is going to be out in a couple of weeks has grown to 400 pages long. And nobody in this world has time for a 400-page book. So I think the book is going to be atomized, where there's a management section, but there's more than enough. The business case has evolved into the largest section. So I think there'll be a book on making the business case for informal, social, sort of Web 2.0 learning. We're now up to like 65 different examples and cases. So that could be split off. Essentially, I'd rather have a group of 10 pamphlets than one big fat book.
Yes, and I think that with Online Educa coming up in several weeks, is that we'll have an opportunity to crowdsource and get more feedback. So I think that there will be a post-Educa book coming out sometime in the future as well.
In fact, there's going to be a session on the book, and indeed, creating the next book is more important to us than selling the old book, because nobody makes money selling books. You know, I guess there are a few people do, but they write murder mysteries or something, not e-learning books.
I don't think we're going to retire on book sales.
No, that would be nice, but American pensions aren't enough to to let that happen. Oh, any other wrap-up things on book while we're on the book topic? Well, we're going to sign this one for Paul, who's our videographer here. But
And I think that Paul took some interesting pictures, and we should have some of Paul's pictures in the next version of the book.
absolutely, absolutely. Well, I tell you what, why don't you hold this and talk for a little?
Okay. And so we've got and we get Jay is going to do the signing, and I think that it's really been an interesting process that we've been working with collaboratively. Is that even with the third version that we have right now, it's not completely different, but it's I even have a different perspective now when I'm writing my articles and thinking about how would it fit into the book better. Perhaps, you know, as you said, split the book. There's so many different versions, and I think we have to say something here for Paul.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we always cheat and do that after the video, but it is important to make it look like we're actually writing a dedication. And my God, it's real. This is fantastic. Okay. Well, signing out from here. We'll probably see you soon from the Brandenburg Gate.
That sounds like a good next stop.
Okay. Well, we'll continue this conversation at Online Educa in Berlin in early December. We next went to the Brandenburg Gate, where the 20th anniversary of the reunification of Germany was in store, with these sea captains. Go home, no boy. I feel so
We sailed on the sloop John B. My grandfather and me. Around Nassau town we did roam. We did roam, playing all night. Got into a fight. Oh yeah, I feel so broke up. I just want to go